Hello, wherever you are, wherever you're joining from this time, this moment, this hour. This is Ubora OPEX Solutions. And as promised, we're bringing you a second series on the Kaizen topic. So, what we're trying to do is to get to the questions that most people have or ask us last. And then we try to answer those and provide some solutions. And maybe hopefully we can give you some guidance on how to go about them. So, this is our second series. Our first series is already posted on our YouTube channel. You can check us out. So we're going to try to walk through four questions and answers through this series. And I hope at least each of you will get a chance to go through them at some point. So question one that we received was, what are some of the effective ways to sustain Kaizen efforts over long term? So one of the ways companies can work on that is, of course, you need to get your employees involved. People need to be part of the solutions or part of your program. You also have to drive that continuous improvement mindset around with the employees in your organization. Training is also very important. Sometimes we say you have to set goals and expectations so people know what they're looking for, what they're driving towards. Of course, you need to have systems, because once you do a Kaizen, remember the Kaizen is about the Kai is about changing something or modifying something. The Zen is to change something for better, for better, for good, or for a much better status. So if you're looking to do that, you need to have a system that will help you put that in place. And of course, you need to work on standardizing processes and practices. Those will come along as you do your Kaizen. So those at least will help you, sustain your efforts over a long term. I think the follow-up questions on that was, what role does leadership play in sustaining Kaizen initiatives for your organization, for example? So, of course, leadership is very important. They have to be the one setting the goals. They have to be the one providing the vision. They need to be the one guiding everybody through this journey, supporting them, empowering employees, supporting with resources, money, capital, time. And also, of course, they need to be leading, because people need to see leaders involved in the process so they can join in, or so at least they can adopt or accept the process. So that answers the first question there. So the second question we had was, what strategies can companies employ to engage employees at all levels in the Kaizen activity? So you need to have a broad-based focus. So you need to have appreciation. You need to make sure people get recognized for things they do. Training, of course, like you say, you need to be able to train people so that at least they understand the concept and principles of Kaizen. Encouraging participation, of course, when you have these Kaizen events, have people participate from multiple groups from different departments, showing some level of respect, looking at the processes that are key, that are important to them, as well as the organization. And of course, empowering, make sure that it needs to empower your employees or your leaders on site to also make decisions. The follow-up question was, what key performance indicators, the KPIs, should you use to track success in your CI program, in your continuous improvement, let's say? So one of them, you need to benchmark yourself and best practices. You need to benchmark yourself from the previous to the current or to the future. You need to see whether you're actually making a difference in terms of the things you're doing. Are they bringing you better performance? Is your quality better? Are you able to have high efficiencies? Of course, best practices sharing is important. You need to encourage that as well. Customer satisfaction. You need to see whether your your customers are being served properly by the employees. Are your employees working towards the goal of satisfying and making that good customer relationship? Zero complaints, around the site. Revenue before and after Kaizen, and its cost reductions. You need to be able to look and see, are you making revenue, and are your costs going down from the Kaizen activity that you just did, or some of the Kaizen activities that you're doing? The other question we had there was, how can a small, medium-sized enterprise or company adapt to Kaizen practices and to scale their resources and maybe their business as well? So, of course, Kaizen works to eliminate waste. Lean overall, well, it's all geared towards eliminating waste, but Kaizen does a huge chunk of that on its own, basically. So it's a big one. So it's going to help you with the inventory management. It's going to help you with problem solving. If you're a small business, Kaizen help you get there with trying to understand what's causing you problems or bottlenecks, issues that we're having. Of course, encouraging employees to participate as well, training, all those things. Those will help your small and medium-sized companies to grow as well. The follow-up question to that was, what role does digital marketing play in supporting Kaizen initiatives? So, of course, digital marketing is all about marketing your business. So it's going to help you create opportunities for people to get familiar with your company or your organization. It's also going to give you the flexibility to help, adjust. So you can look at your business strategy and see, are you doing better with these kinds of activities you're doing as you market yourself? Are you doing better? So you can adjust your strategy and then, of course, help you try to see your ideas and solutions as you go by. So it's a good metric. It's a good source to market yourself as well as market what you're doing for your business. So I would highly consider that if I'm trying to scale up my business. The question number 4 that we had there was about what advice or how can I advise people, companies, and organizations that are struggling to adopt to a Kaizen philosophy, primarily because of the cost, because of the complexity, especially the cost. In many cases, whenever you're trying to do these projects, there's always going to be some capital investment that you have to put in. The good thing about Kaizen is eventually it's going to pay itself, so the benefits are going to outweigh the costs in the long run. And so that initial capital investment should not hold you back. It's gonna all work out, especially if you're following the clear steps and guidelines about executing your Kaizen activities on site or whatever, or in your business. The other thing is, it's always good to understand that change doesn't come easy. There's always a resistance to change, regardless of what new changes you're trying to bring in. So one thing to do to avoid this, or maybe to help you eliminate or tackle this problem, is, of course, you need to communicate. You need to show people what you're trying to drive to. Make them part of the decision makers as well as you get through this journey. Provide support, train them, and of course, as you go along, adapt to new processes. So people may come up with a different process of how you need to continue executing your Kaizen events or doing your Kaizen activities. So I think that's all we had. Like I said, this is series 2. You can always check out series 1. And we hope to give you a new topic for the month of September. And it may also be broken up into segments, but we'll decide. We'll break that when we get there. But keep an eye on our September Q&As as well. It will be a completely different topic altogether.